feel like I'm starting to get a handle on this here thing. I think the idea, let me turn, make sure everything is turned up. I think the main idea for the, I was trying to turn the volume up and I shut the screen down. But yeah, I think that I'm learning the whole process of this going live thing. And it isn't too bad. It's just getting your mind and your heart with the expectancy that this is something that you have to do when you are um, a combination of introverted versus extroverted like myself. Um, you're able to plan events. You're able to plan when you are going to be active and have to be present in a lot of situations and events. And so you can prepare, you can prepare for it. You can get mentally prepared for it. And I used to do that and go through that whole phase when I was singing. And every time I would, it's really weird. Every time I would want to be invited to an event and I would want to be able to participate in the event, but then as soon as I got the invitation, I instantly regretted it, especially the day of. I would always regret it. I would go through the whole gamut of, oh, I got to get ready. I got to be vocally right. And it isn't just about being vocally right. You got to bring it every single time with every performance because it's seen and ah, it's just a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. And so my heart goes out to all creatives who are out here doing what they do, whether it's singing, writing, authorship, um, whatever you're doing when you're leading with your gifting and your talent, because everybody's not going to understand, everybody's not going to get it, everybody's not going to be a fan of what you do. I have long gotten over uh, the idea that everyone will see and hear my vocal and be like, oh, that girl can sing. Everybody's not going to. There's people out here, and there's even with me, there are artists out here that I'm not that big of a fan of, whether it's painting, um, singing, whatever the case is. I've just never, there are people out there that I'm not, that they're talented, but I'm not a fan of it. I ain't gonna name names today because my makeup artist and my stylist have already got me on one person, and I ain't gonna bring that name up because you guys are not going to crucify me here on this internet. But I love their music. I enjoy their music. But if I don't hear them, I don't have to see them in concert. I can hear a song on the radio, or I can put a playlist together and add one of their songs on the playlist. But to hear them as a whole, no. So I understand that when it comes to my vocal, to my talent, whatever, whether I'm singing or anything else, I know everybody gonna get you. Everybody ain't vibing with you, and that's okay. I love you still. I love you still. All right. So we are in week 4 of our Becoming Her live journaling. Happy birthday, Gigi. Happy birthday. Much love, much love, much love. Um, it says, I'm on YouTube. Hi, I have a question. Do you prefer? Okay, I ain't getting all of that. But um, I'm a lover of life. So whatever examples itself is life and God has kissed it, I'm a fan of it. Okay, they were going off on a tangent, but I just wanted to share that with you. I really am a lover of life. Anything that God has created is sacred. And so I don't believe in taking a life that he has blessed and put here on the earth. I'm just learning not to be negative in a lot of ways. Let me tell you guys something that I learned about myself today. I think I shared a couple weeks ago that I'm having this struggle on the job, new manager. Um, and what I'm learning through this process is that I'm a perfectionist. I knew that before. But I think that where the issue lies is whenever I fall short, whenever I personally fall short in something, I take it personal. And so that is my desire for 2026, to be healed from that, to grow from, to start the process of growing and being beyond that. Of course, I absolutely know I'm not perfect. I know that. But I have to get my mind and my heart at a place where, because I'm human and I'm living in this flesh, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to make mistakes. Everything is not going to be perfect. I've got to find it within myself to say, okay, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay for somebody to say, okay, you messed up on this on the job, but that doesn't define you as a whole. And so, you guys, help me. We're talking about journaling. We're talking about healing. We're talking about growth here on Live Journaling with Trish. And so I'm only being transparent with you guys because I believe that's what it takes in order to really fully heal and grow. Okay, so we're in week 4 of Live Journaling with Trish. And week 4, we're talking about healing and the importance of healing. And so you guys know I have my timer here, but I didn't even turn it on because I know I'm not going to do 30 minutes today. It might be 15, 15 minutes. But it's not, I'm not coming on to monopolize your time. I'm not coming on to play this social media game. If I can keep you on for so long, then I'm not doing that. That's just not who I am. That's not what I'm about. That's not what we're here for. We're about here for getting to the point, getting to our growth, and getting to our healing. So I'm not going to turn the timer on because I know it's not going to take me. I will not go over 30 minutes. All right. And so for this week, well, first before, no, I'm gonna do the prompts first. As always, make sure you come back. I will put the prompts for journaling in the comments, and that is both on YouTube as well as Facebook. I will put the prompts there so you will have it. But trust and believe and know I am working on the free link that you will be able to download to get these prompts from so that you can add it to your journaling process. This is just a prompt journal. I did not leave space for you to be able to write in those spaces. I want you to go out and physically pick up a journal, and I want it to be something that you find beautiful, something that you're proud of. If it takes you bedazzling it and making it your own, and my daughter is a sticker person, if you want to put stickers all over it, make it something personal, make it something your own. But that's what I want you to do. And then this booklet is just pretty much a prompt to help you guide your thinking, guide your thought process, guide your personal prayer and desire for yourself. Okay. So for week 4, I shared last week, we're going to be talking about healing and the importance of healing. This is a 12-week process, live journaling process. And so we are on week 4. I really started this in mind for Women History Month, which is the month of March, but it's grown so much beyond what I initially thought. So we're going to go and do this for 12 weeks. Y'all, can y'all believe I'm doing this for 12 weeks? I cannot believe I'm doing it for 12 weeks. But we're going to do it for 12 weeks, all right? And I thank you guys for whoever is tuning in and joining us and have been with us for these first 4 weeks. But we are going to extend it for 12 weeks. So even if you can't make every session, it will be available on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. All right. So I can get out of your way quickly. I have my electronic journal. I still use electronic journals, but I really suggest journals where you can actually write. I believe it's important to physically write it. It's something about physically writing it that adds the extra layer, if you know what I mean. So make sure, if you have not, and you can go to the dollar store, you can go to Family Dollar, just get you a journal, but make it your own, build on it, and use these prompts to help lead and guide your healing path. All right. So week 4, we're doing healing. And in the journal, when you receive it, either via a link, and I have another option for y'all. And I can't wait to share it, but I'm gonna share it at the end. But I really want you to have these prompts, have access to these prompts. I want you to have a link. The link is free, even though I'm putting the prompts in the comments. You still have an opportunity to just hit me up, DM me, and let me know that you have a desire for the link, and I will send you the link and you'll have it for free. It isn't even, I'm not even trying to go there. Healing and being able to become one with yourself is more important to me than making a dime. I have a 9 to 5 where I make my make my money, and so I'm not pressed in that. I'm more pressed about your healing than anything else. Okay, so week 4, healing. Today, what are you feeling? And I think I shared a little bit early with you guys earlier that I am starting to learn that this journey with my new manager on the job is I need to start doing be more self-reflective as far as my participation in the situation. And my mother has always been that type parent that she would always, no matter what the controversy was, whenever we would come back to her and tell her about, oh, this teacher said this, or my friend said this, and my mom would always reply with, what could you have done differently? What could you have done better? And it used to piss me off because I'm like, they wrong. And she would say, even though they are wrong, how can you, or how should you approach the situation differently? And I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. It was exercising the muscle of self-reflection, because in every situation you should stop, pause, and reflect on how it made you feel. What do I need to check within myself, and how, no matter how wrong the person was, but how did it make me feel? And in that, how can I correct that within me? Not to tolerate the bad behavior, but not to allow it to affect me emotionally in the way that it did in the moment, if that makes sense. Okay. And so for me, that's what I'm trying to do on my job, because I'm telling you, I am struggling. Hey, Debbie, I see you, girl. I'm struggling in this particular area. I am. And I was watching something on TikTok, and I love the lady because the facilitator, she was Indian lady, and she was co-facilitating the round table with other women of different nationalities, but she was co-hosting that with an African American woman. And the thing that I love that she said in that, because they were being very transparent, but the thing that I love that she said in that is, she said there is a long history of racism, discrimination between the Indian culture, especially Indian women, and the Black culture, but especially Black women. And that is my struggle on the job. But I don't want to, just because that has been what was, that doesn't mean that that has to be my reality. And I feel like that's a responsibility on both parts in that. So that's why I'm doing a lot of self-reflection and looking at it, because it isn't just my responsibility as Trish to move differently and not buy into the history of the two races, but it's how can I make my current situation, my this right now situation, different, you know? And so that's part of what I would write into arriving in this moment, and the portion of the journal where it says, today I am feeling, okay? You can have a feeling driving in traffic. You can have a feeling. How are you feeling at the moment that you sit down to journal? That's what's most important, okay? And so getting into the journal prompts for week 4, remember the topic is healing. Here are the 1, 2, 3, 4 prompts for this. The first prompt, I need you to answer this question. What hurt have I normalized that actually needs healing? A lot of times we get into this place and we get in, oh, well, I've just always been that way. Oh, that's genetic. That is how we've always done it in this family. Just because that's the way you've always done it doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's healthy. So what pattern, what have you normalized? A hurt. We talk about healing now. In order for you to heal, you have to acknowledge, okay? So what hurt have you normalized that actually needs healing? I know my family is we're smart aleck and we're very blunt. And sometimes being a smart aleck and being blunt can be hurtful to others. And so what can I do? We've normalized that as a family. Oh, that's just what we do. That doesn't make it right. How can we fix that? How can we heal that? The next prompt, what conversation, prayer, or release have I been avoiding? What have you been holding on to? Coming from a child who was told, because I have no memory of it on my own, who was told that I was a daddy's girl to a deadbeat father. I don't remember, there's maybe 2 or 3 instances I remember of that man growing up. But I was always told I was a daddy's girl, even by him, his family, my mother's side of the family. I was told that by everybody, but I don't remember. And it could be true, but I don't remember that. And when at his death, I had to go into counseling because I had to get to a place where I could release some of what I was feeling, because I got caught up in what people were saying. Okay, well, I was a daddy girl. I was this and that. Why am I not that? Why is I'm reaching out to him and he's not receptive, but I was the daddy's girl. It's all kind of crap that we get caught up in, guys. So much expectation from human form that we get caught up in and we get stuck there. My father was only human. Now I try to look at him after counseling. I try to look at him through the eyes of maybe it was some mental issues going on at childhood that went missed. I'm not blaming my grandparents, but maybe it's allowing me to give and provide grace. But we can't get to that place until we acknowledge it, we put it down on paper, and we look at it day after day after day. We read it, and then grace taps in for that person. He's dead and gone now. But now I have a little bit more grace for his dysfunction while he was here, just because I tried to put myself or try to understand where he may have been coming from. This is the most vulnerable I've ever been regarding my life, going through these journaling sessions. I don't share these parts. I share it with the people that are close to me that I love, but I don't share it with people out there because people are so opinionated and people are experts in everything right now. And I try to shield my heart because I am sensitive. But the only way that we can grow and learn is through our vulnerabilities. And so I'm in the season of where I'm learning that as well and sharing it with you. I don't care what y'all think. I'm on a road and a journey to healing. So now it's easy for me to share it. Prior, I wasn't there, but I'm there now. Okay. And so the next prompt is, what would forgiveness look like for you right now? This one is so deep. This is so deep. Because there's a lot of areas in my life where I feel like forgiveness is due me. But what does that forgiveness look like? What does it actually look like? I know the sun is coming in on you guys on YouTube, but hopefully you can, the fact that you can hear me is more important than seeing me. But what does forgiveness look like for you? We used to think that forgiveness was, okay, I just need the person to say I'm sorry. And then once they say they're sorry or forgive me, it still was not enough. It's an internal thing. And so asking yourself this question is going to cause you and require you to really self-reflect and understand that the forgiveness, or what it looked like, or what we think it looks like in our head, once it's given to us and we still feel internally like it's not enough, it really leads you to understand and know that we cannot weigh our forgiveness on, or we cannot weigh that on someone else. It has to start in here internally. So what does forgiveness really look like? Is it just the words? Is it words and action? And sometimes, in a lot of cases, it's words. People will give us the word and the action, and we still testing them and say, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. That's not enough. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You're not moving. You're not angry. You're not sad enough. You're not angry and sad long enough. It's always not enough from the external person, when we need to be looking inward and determining, what does forgiveness really look like for us? That's a deep one, and that's a hard one. I'm struggling with that one. I'm battling that one, but I promise you I'm going to overcome it in this lifetime. May not be this year, but I'm going to overcome it in this lifetime. And then the last prompt for today is, what part of your story deserves compassion instead of shame? We got to stop beating ourselves up. Hey guys, I see y'all over there on Facebook. Thank you for hanging in. Thank you guys on YouTube. I'm just really shocked y'all hanging out with me, but that's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, what part of your story deserves compassion instead of shame? Got pregnant as a teen. Um, it could be. I'm just throwing stuff out there. What is it that we are so engulfed in shame that we can't even give ourselves compassion? How can you expect someone else to have compassion if we, and I'm speaking to y'all, us, me, perfectionists, right here, right now. As a perfectionist, I know there's so many areas of my life where I should be more compassionate for myself. I have said so many times, you will never be as hard on me as I am on me. And I need to stop saying that. I need to have just as much compassion as I see as people on the street, homeless people, because my heart goes out, y'all. That's a whole nother story. Go out to the homeless. My heart goes out to the underdeserved communities. But I have to have the exact same amount of compassion for myself. Give myself a break. It adds stress. Stress causes physical issues. And it's just like a cycle that we're going through and we're living through and we're battling just because we refuse to give ourselves a break. And we've got to give ourselves a break, guys. We really do. It's a sign of self-love. It's a sign of self-worth. And it is so, don't leave this earth without being okay with who God created you to, in all your flaws, in all of your flaws. If he can love you beyond you, you should be able to love you beyond you too. Now, I'm not saying get out there and act the fool, because y'all know I acted a fool on the job about a month ago. And I had to self-check. So I'm not saying not to do that. All I'm saying is give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Yes, Fancy, she's saying we're torturing our own selves, and we are. You can't go to sleep at night. You can't rest your heart and your mind because you just caught up. And I'm being very transparent. I had not a rough day today at work, but I had a mediocre day today. I'm not taking that thing to sleep with me tonight. When I lay down tonight, I am not thinking on that thing that I did today, because I'm human, I'm in human form, I'm going to make mistakes, and that's just a part of loving, living, and just being. And we're talking about becoming her. That's a part of becoming her. Stop sleeping on that thing. You pray on it, you release it, and you let it go. And you go to sleep at night and you rest. Okay? That's the journey we're on. That's this whole becoming her. And we are going to be better by December 2026. We are, through this whole process. As I always do, Leon, probably, I ain't even paying attention. See, I'm telling you, I didn't even put on a timer and I'm still at 26 minutes. Okay, let me hurry up. But with every journal, I have a reflection section. And so I want you to go and talk about what truth surfaced for you during this reflection. And your promise to yourself for this week. I need you to promise oneself to yourself, make one promise to yourself regarding your healing this week. And always in that, my thing didn't just went off. That's why I don't like electronics. If I had the book, I wouldn't even have to be dealing with this thing shutting off. But yeah, but you always end off your promise to yourself with saying to yourself, your affirmation for the full 12 weeks is, I am worthy of my own love and commitment. And it's going to take self-love and self-commitment to be able to grow and to heal. And of course, we have our prayer and our reflection. So center your heart. Tell God, Lord, I thank you for bringing this to light. I thank you for, as I go throughout this week, bring it back to my remembrance so that I can go and still jot in my journal. I struggled with this today, but I overcame this. You know, don't just pay attention to the negatives. Pay attention to the things that you are succeeding in and that you're winning in. Have that conversation and that prayer with God. And what is it that you're sensing that God is saying to you? That's most important. We pray all the time, but when do we shut up and just listen and allow him to deposit in us the areas where he needs us to grow? Okay? Leave time for that and space for that. And then what's your weekly intuition? Okay, you know what, this week, I got to back up my coworker, and I'm going to go in with a better and more positive attitude. I'm going to be overworked. Friday going to be a rough Friday. It's not going to be an easy Friday. But what am I going to go in? What is my intention? What is my expectation for me to overcome this week? And you guys write that down. I love you guys. I thank you for hanging out with me. This is week 4. We are talking about healing. Next week, let me give you a snippet of what we will be talking about next week. Ooh, next week is going to be a good week. We're talking about boundaries, what that means, and what it looks like to set boundaries. But what I wanted to do, I do have the link available for you guys to get these prompts. But what I did today, I know y'all saw the Staples bag sitting back here. What I did today, I just wanted to see what the book would look like if I printed it. And so I'm so proud of me. You guys just don't know, this is such a huge goal. But this is what it would look like printed. Now, if you want it printed, it's gonna come at a cost, because y'all know Staples ain't free. But I do have it on link. But I personally wanted to be able to have a physical copy. And so this is what it looks like with the physical copy. I'm not pushing a physical copy. Just know if you want a physical copy, you're going to have to pay for it. And it's not my rate, it's Staples rate. And so this is the whole 12-week plan. I got every day in here. As you see, these are solely prompts. There's not space for you to journal in right here. I want you to go and get your own journal and make it special for you. And this is it. I had to do a couple of extra empty pages. But yeah, this is what it looks like hard copy. And I just needed to see this for myself, guys. I just needed to see it and feel it, smell it, touch it for myself. And so I thank you guys for just hanging out with me and really encouraging me and inspiring me in this way. I've had so many people come forward talking about how much this has been a blessing for them. And so I thank you guys. I do not count it lightly that you taking out your time in your day, because I know I'm busy and I know y'all busy. And so I appreciate you. I love you. Remember that love isn't love unless you give it away. Give some love away today. But most importantly, in order to become her, you got to give yourself some self-love first and foremost. Thank you guys. We will be back next week, next Thursday at 6 p.m. As I stated, we're going to be talking about boundaries. We'll have our prompts for that. Please give us some feedback. Give us some status. How are we doing? Make sure you comment. Leave some love and let me know if there's any areas or any topics that you want to cover. But first and foremost, let me know if you want the free link to get these prompts so you can go through and see if it's anything that I'm missing, so that I can add it to this that we're doing. I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a safe weekend, and I will see you back here same time, same place next week. I love y'all. Take care. I forgot my signature line. Y'all, grab your journals. It's time to write. I'll see you guys next week.